I've known Maisie for over 20 years. Today is all about Maisie talking about what's the next step for us? How do you train your brain to be fit, fast, flexible and strong? Maisie or Andrew is the best person to help us with the next steps.
We are talking about the high performance reset. It's not just the last 2 years. Before that, we had bushfire and we had drought and we had floods and we had economic downturn and we had royal commissions in different industries. The pace has been non-stop and we've had agile work to a whole different level. And first of all, you're on mute. How does this work? We can't see you. But now we've settled into this new way of working. It's even harder though now because we've got to set up at home, WFH, and a lot of you are going to be working with clients. And then as well, you've got this hybrid model where you're going back into the workforce and it burns a lot of energy. There's no surge capacity. And surge capacity is built in that when you go through a period of stress or high work, you've got a reserve, and then you can surge and then drop back and naturally rest and restore. We're going to talk about post-traumatic growth, and this is making meaning. We're going to redefine productivity with an operating rhythm. Third, can everyone just take a big breath in and breathe out? And I'm going to help you with your energy management. 4, we're going to go into our Mental Skills Academy. And 5 is we're going to talk about is Reverganirene Igni. No, I'm not losing it. I actually speak backwards as quickly as I can speak forwards. Begin with the end in mind. What tennis players do is they have this natural micro break. It's about 20 seconds between each game. And when they change sets, there's about 90 seconds. So tennis builds it in. Cricketers do gardening. They go out in the middle of the pitch and they pat the ground. Netballers, when I worked in netball, they roll the ball to get a feel. I'll give you a tip. The balls bounce. There's grounds people who roll the pitch in 3-ton rollers. And I used to say to all the netball girls, look, why do you do that? They said, Andrew, it's just a pause point so then we can shoot. I'm like, it's a micro break. And if you get that combination I'm talking about, psychological detachment plus the parasympathetic activation, it's a little drop in intensity before you get to the next thing. NSDR, non-sleep deep recovery. Now yogi nidra, which is a form of relaxation. Power naps are also awesome. And self-hypnosis, not the crazy stuff like, Martin St. James, but a combination of meditation, mindfulness and breathing. If you ever see me, if I run into you live, test me. But I have this really weird ability where I can write backwards as quickly as I can write forwards. Sitai ayalatot seselaslas lalix. It's a totally useless skill, apart from, 1, it helps me pick up languages and nuances quite quick. 2, when I used to do work on Today's Show, I'd done makeup and hair, or I'd done makeup, and there's this guy sitting opposite me with his big hat, and he said, oh, what are you on here for? I said, I'm talking about caffeine today. What about you? He said, I'm the world backwards speaking champion. I said, on your. He said, oh, you are? Okay. We had this conversation for 4 or 5 minutes, just him and I, backwards. It was bizarre. Flipping words back is Reverganirene Igni. Get to the point. Where do you want to be in 18 months to 2 years from now? Where do you want to be at work? Where do you want to be with your fitness? Physical fitness and your psychological fitness. Where do you want to be with your relationships? Where do you want to be with your finances and property, whatever investments you've got? Where do you want to be in 18 months to 2 years' time? And reverse engineer is beginning with the end in mind, because what I want everyone to do from this is to just think about all the stuff Ange and I have spoken about today. Can I just get you to reflect, what are the 3 things you would love to achieve this year?